remember being on Twitter, which was still a popular thing to be on, in those years, or maybe just social media in general, people having legit debates about whether women were funny.
I'm from the Female Lead, which is a women's charity.
Oh,
So we
cool.
support any women, especially young women, and we encourage them to follow their dreams and do whatever they want to do,
Wow,
basically.
amazing.
And I know you're a big women advocate, so we
I
love
am.
that. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. Least I could do.
Thanks. I will start by talking about this wonderful film. So what I really love in this is that when Mufasa gets kind of passed over to the women and he's raised by them, he learns all these skills that then end up being kind of his most important qualities. What do you think this says about traditional masculinity, stereotypes, and what men can learn from women?
Men can learn a ton from women, and sometimes I wish they would learn more from women. Lions have somewhat of a matriarchal society, and I wish that our culture in the real world was more matriarchal rather than patriarchal. In my country, we're kind of slow on that, as everyone can see, and I wish that wasn't the case. That pains me. I know it's even more, frustrating for the women that I know. But hopefully we'll get there someday in the United States of America. But I hope to see that day sooner rather than later.
Absolutely. Between us both, we'll get there. We'll
get there. We'll make it happen
encourage
on
them.
the Mufasa press junket.
Yeah, guys, come on. It's what we're here for.
Not here. Yeah.
So in your career as well, you are a massive champion of women, which, like we said, we absolutely love. In projects that you have been on, that are doing, and that you will do, what are some ways that you are championing women, and how can more people be doing that?
Oh, well, I love working with women. I've been in a lot of, or a number of series that were starring women. My dear friend Julie Klausner created a series called Difficult People that we did on Hulu in the States that she created for us and starred in. I was in Parks and Rec with Amy Poehler. Amy Poehler actually also produced Difficult People, that show. Of course, I mean, the women in my life are so important to me. I much rather work with women than men. I am a gay man, of course. But yeah, I always feel like like I'm in such good hands when there's a woman running things.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I do too. I do
Yeah.
too. And have you seen a change in the entertainment industry where you think that men are championing women more?
I hope so. I mean, I remember a time not that long ago. I remember when that movie Bridesmaids came out, which is, of course, a classic,
Iconic.
like one of the funniest movies ever made. And I remember being on Twitter, which was still a popular thing to be on, in those years, or maybe just social media in general. People having legit debates about whether women were funny. I mean, about whether like an all-female comedy was going to be successful. And then, of course, it was like one of the most successful and best comedies of all time. But I remember seeing those conversations. I'm like, is this for real? Like, are we in whatever year Bridesmaids was? Whatever was that, 2008 or 2009, something like that?
A lifetime ago now.
Yeah, I was like, we're really having these debates? Like, and of course, smart people weren't having those debates, but a lot of people aren't smart. And I do think things have slowly improved, but it's an incremental process, but you hope that it's moving in the right direction. And I'd like to think that it is. I mean, some of the most successful TV series are fronted by women, female stars, female creators. So we need to keep going in that direction.
Yeah, thank you. I agree. And a lot of the characters you've played, and in this film too, have great comedy skills, comedic timing, which I think is really important. How do you think that comedy is now used as a tool for like social change?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think a comedy act in and of itself can instantly, create social change, but I think it's just another platform to spread a message in a lighthearted way. I know for me, I'm mostly known for comedy, and I know that if there's a social cause I care about or a political cause I care about, I can't imagine not using my platform, especially when I feel like it's a real ethical or moral issue that I care deeply about. I want to use my platform. Sometimes I use it in a more sincere way, and sometimes I do a comic spin on whatever message I'm trying to get across. But I cannot see having a platform and not using it. That's just not who I am.